General Robinson, can you please lead us in the fight song?
1, 2, you know what to do. Hail to
Hail to the Towson Tigers, we're true to the black and gold. Fight on the courage now and forever, victory is strong and bold. Fight, fight, hail to the Towson Tigers, stand proudly for all to see. Fight, Tigers, fight, just to victory to you.
All right.
Wow. Music to my ears.
We're getting there.
It has not gotten better.
Music to my ears. Attorney General Robinson, roll call, please.
Treasurer Eagle.
Present.
Vice President DeVoe.
Present.
President India.
Present.
Chief of Staff Ambush.
Present.
Director Nduka.
Present.
Assistant Director Walton. Assistant Director Bello.
Present.
Director Whiteside.
Present.
Director Fishkin.
Present.
Director Chiskofka.
Present.
Director Perot. Director Kapoor.
Present.
Assistant Director Ferguson.
Present.
Solicitor General Whiting.
Present.
Director White.
Present.
Director Moody.
Present.
Director Diame.
Present.
Director Brown.
Present.
Director Kemp. Assistant Director Hogarth.
Present.
Oh, I'm sorry, Director Hogarth. My apologies.
It's okay.
Assistant Director Banks.
Present.
Representative Blumenauer.
Present.
Pro Temp Wheeler.
Present.
Senator Dixon.
Present.
Senator Watts.
Present.
Senator Kinsey.
Present.
Senator Goodman.
Present.
Senator Williams.
Present.
Senator Harding.
Present.
My apologies. Senator Teti.
Present.
Senator Teklu.
Present.
Senator Elam.
Present.
Senator Rink.
Present.
Senator Thaxton. Chief Justice Foreman.
Present.
Deputy Justice Sherman.
Present, sorry.
Justice Egbunine. Thank you, everyone.
All right. Sorry. The legislation was also sent in a group me for anyone that's looking for it. There's some issues going on with the listserv for some reason. But anywho, we'll now move into the approval of the minutes. Are there any amendments to the last meeting's minutes? Hearing none, we will consider them approved. Moving to amendments to the agenda. Are there any amendments? Okay, we will follow the agenda as written. We have a guest speaker today, Ashley Huff. Are you on with us?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, hi.
Hello. Thanks for having me, everyone. My name is Ashley Huff. I am the Assistant Director of Leadership in the Office of Student Activities. Jordan invited me today just to promote a program that we're working on that SGA has typically been a really close partner in. So lots of familiar faces here. So I know some of you have been able to experience the program, but traditionally our office in partnership with SGA helps oversee the Leadership program. Leadership's been at Towson for close to 20 years, which traditionally the Institute is a week-long leadership retreat held over winter break. So clearly that hasn't been able to happen this year due to COVID. And so we wanted to make sure that the leadership tradition really still stays alive, because it's really been, I'm sure as many of you can attest to, it's a big catalyst for a lot of student leaders to really find their vision and purpose, and kind of some basic like groundwork as a student leader. So yeah, if you've been to leadership, put it in the comments. I'd love to see how many of y'all are here. But I am excited because we knew that since leadership had such a strong tradition here, it was important to kind of keep it alive in some capacity. And so we're partnering with leadership, like the national organization, to pilot their new Living in Possibility program. So I'll drop a link in the chat in just a couple of minutes, but it will be a semester-ish long program, still held and facilitated by the leadership folks. For those of you who have been to the Institute, we'll still have 2 co-leads, facilitated in a lot of the same demeanor. And so we will have 4 live sessions, some asynchronous work in between. We're going to do some social programming. We've got small groups. We've got 10 incredible peer mentors. Jordan, our Vice President DeVoe, is one of those. So I'll have her share in a second. So some of the things that we're going to be working on in the program is kind of continuing to build self-awareness, which is really always a major priority of anything leadership development related. It really focuses around conversations and difficult conversations. I think that's something that, our world really needs these days. And no matter where we're at, there's consistent challenging conversations we have to have. So how do we have these conversations with civility, integrity, and kind of through a way that we continue exploring these difficult topics? It also works on resilience, and specifically resilience in the face of adversity. And then working through power as an opportunity to make change. For those of you who have been to leadership before, leadership's vision about leadership is really all about that positive impact of change. So those are some of the main things. So again, it will have 4 live programs, and then the rest is kind of some asynchronous work, some optional things, and really working to build some great community. So it's open to any student. If you've been to the Institute, it's still a new program, so you could participate or help us find the students who would like to. So whether you've been or not, I think there's a great opportunity to really get some students connected here and build some community on campus with something that's such a long tradition at Towson. So Jordan, do you have anything to add? She's going to be serving as a peer mentor for us this semester, which I'm really excited about.
Yeah, me too. I just wanted to open up the floor if anyone had any questions for Ashley, or if anyone wanted to speak on behalf of their experience at leadership. Like, we can take 1 or 2 really quickly. Oh, we have a question from Director Moody. Do we have to attend all 4 sessions?
So the intent would be yes, but obviously life happens, right? Like if something happens and you're unable to attend one of them, totally fine. But if you like have I didn't share this, it'll be in the flyer that I share here in a second, but the 4 sessions that we have are all Fridays at 2. So if you have like a weekly obligation Fridays at 2, then maybe probably not the best fit for you. But like life happens if you can't make one of those 4 Fridays. Totally fine. Yes, definitely no cost. It's all covered by the institution. Yep.
Yes, free. We love that price.
Totally free.
Yes. Anyone else? I know I went to leadership last winter. It seems so weird. It was right before we went home for COVID and everything, but it was an amazing experience and challenged me as a leader. And I absolutely am an advocate for the program. And if anyone's interested or has any other questions, feel free to ask. I know a lot of us have been in the room, so if you just want to, put in the chat just so people know who is a leadership graduate. But anywho, thank you so much, Ashley, for joining us today. And registration is closing when?
Yep. So registration closes February 14th. So we still have a couple of weeks, and I'm going to put in a link for a flyer as well as the direct registration link, but it's also on the flyer. So hope to see many of y'all there. But if not, again, just help us find the students who, are ready to start their experience as a student leader. And, I'm really trying to note that like some of these students may not have been able to really get involved and build that community and find that place yet on campus, that clearly all of y'all have been able to find that place through SGA at least. And so how we can continue to engage those students that are probably looking for that community and looking for the opportunity. Certain people we picked or first come, first serve. Thanks, Liddies. I don't envision we're going to hit a cap. We have a pretty high number of what that like maximum capacity is. So it's not meant to be a picked, but if we did hit like a really, really high registration number, it would be that first come, first served for sure. Good question. But hey, if we get a lot of students involved, I'm here for it. But I don't envision us hitting the max that we're hit for.
All right. Can you put your email in the chat, please, Ashley? And if anyone has any questions, we will please refer them to Ashley. Thank you so much for joining us today. Really appreciate you being here.
Absolutely. Thank you.
It is, I can read it out just for the live stream, but your email is, or you can say your email.
Yes, my email is ahuff@towson.edu. So ahuff@towson.edu.
Awesome sauce. Thank you so much. All right. Are there any student concerns today or public participation? All right, hearing none, we'll move into communications, advisors' remarks.
Good evening, everybody. I hope everybody's doing well. It's our first official meeting of the semester. I know last week was a bit of a whirlwind with everything that was going on, but it's good to see everybody. Hopefully you all can hear me very well. I really would like to start with, and this is just something to think about as you all kind of progress to potential positions of leadership and things that you'll take on as you move into your careers. It's great to be surrounded by a good group of professionals that are dedicated to the work. And I'm very fortunate to work with a really extraordinary team of individuals that just care about doing the right thing by you by way of programming, development, services, all that kind of stuff. And the work that Ashley has done in her position is a testament to that. So, we really had a tough choice to make when it came to leadership this year. We already knew that because of COVID, we couldn't make it happen. But if it wasn't for her trying to figure out, like, what's the alternative? What are the alternative options? We would not have fallen on the program that she just articulated to you all. So for those of you that were, thinking about, this would be a great year for me to be a part of leadership. We want to make sure that you feel like, there's still an option there. For those of you that were involved with leadership in the past and had a great experience, there are options there as well. And so I just want to pay tribute to the work that Ashley has done, because it's not just the program that she articulated. There are other things that we're doing out of our leadership program area, like Tigers Lead and things like that. So please keep her email in your inbox so that you can connect with her, because there are different opportunities that she can connect you to. And then she can connect you to other things that may not have a direct connection to our office, but she's very connected within the Towson community as a Towson alum and other things like that. So I'm very appreciative of the work that she's been doing on behalf of our office, and she's a fantastic resource. So thank you, Ashley, for being a part of this conversation today. There are several things that I want to touch base with you on. So as we all know, Miss Mary Leeper has moved on. And so there are some services that are coming up. And so I shared this information with members of the leadership of SGA, but I want to kind of go back through them as it relates to kind of how this week will progress. And so this week on Thursday, there is a viewing opportunity for folks that want to show respect to Miss Mary. It'll be this Thursday. Give me 1 second. This Thursday, February 4th, from 3 to 6 p.m. The location will be in Randallstown at the March Life Tribute Center. And so it's open to the public, provided the weather holds up, which it should at this point. There's a link that I provided to folks that I will resend if necessary, where you can just, find out more about the public viewing services, as well as the ability to share information or share thoughts in relation to your connection to Mary. Please keep in mind that there are COVID restrictions with that. So, there's a social, the physical distancing and things like that. So they can only let so many people in at one time, but that's the public viewing information. So again, February 4th, 3 to 6. And then on February 5th, which is this Friday, it's a virtual service. So the in-person service is only for family, but at 10:30 a.m., everyone that wants to view the funeral or homegoing services for Miss Mary can participate. Again, there's a link that I can provide that I did provide through the leadership. And so if you need that information, let me know. I spoke to Miss Mary's daughter, Kelly, on several occasions. And one of the things she wanted me to note for everybody was that if you want to participate in the virtual version of the service on Friday, that you would want to start tuning in about 15 minutes out, just to make sure that everything is intact in terms of your ability to view the service. And so, Miss Mary's moving on was, a loss to our organization, a loss to our university, a loss to our community. And so I am, for me, it's a moment. But with that being said, I'm very appreciative of everyone that I've spoken to that expressed thoughts and feelings about, what Miss Mary meant to everybody or to you and others. And so, this week is going to be a week in terms of as we move forward and move beyond, because at this point, that's what we need to thinking about. Like, how do we honor Miss Mary's legacy and make it so that she is remembered and memorialized as we move into the future. So with that being said, I do need to move into some other business related items. With Ashley being on the call, there are a number of people that are working on student organization policy updates. And so we are going to soon be releasing some information about kind of the evolution of our policies as it relates to student organizations. So senators, that information may not come out right away, but will be coming out sooner than later as it relates to what we expect of our student organizations. Some information will start coming out pretty soon because of the fact that we need to get ready for in-person programming for our student organization. So as early as this Saturday with the Student Organization Summit, there might be some information that is shared there for student organizations that need to host events or want to host events on campus. There's a training that you need to go through and things of that nature. So there's a lot of information that will start to be shared with everybody. So senators, please, as you go through the Student Organization Summit this Saturday, please pay very close attention to what is shared during those elements of the Organization Summit, so that you are very informed and able to, correspond with the student organizations that are assigned to you, because they're going to be looking to you for information and may have a lot of different questions that maybe you can or cannot answer. But the more information you're able to gather during the summit, the better. And of course, you can rely on Chris Rendosh and Ashley Huff and myself as points of reference if you get some questions that you just don't have answers to. On February 16th, there's going to be a student fee forum. This is an annual forum that happens during the spring semester. So basically, every year, different elements of the university come together to think about, okay, what will student fees look like for the upcoming year? And that conversation happens well beyond the spring semester. So sometime during the fall, members of the university administration come together and they start thinking about, okay, what do we need to think about as it relates to what students will be charged by way of fees, or there are new things that are coming up that we need to think about as it relates to student fees. And so the student fee forum will be on February 16th during, I believe, this General Assembly meeting. They would typically be in front of all of you in person, and the vice president of student affairs and other vice presidents will stand in front of you and say, okay, these are the fees that we're thinking about charging students for these different reasons. And they go through a myriad of different elements. And they also open it up for questions and feedback. And so this particular date, again, will be February 16th. And so hopefully all of you will be in attendance. For those that are not in attendance today, I hope that we can make sure that they're in attendance on 16th, because I know the administration looks to hear from students, and you all as spokespeople for the students, it will be really, really important that you're a part of that. So I'm looking forward to seeing what that looks like on the 16th, and then we'll take it from there. Other than that, I hope all is going well, and I wish you all the best as we move along the semester. And with that, I yield.
Thank you so much. And just to reiterate what Chief of Staff Ambush just put in the chat, we will not have General Assembly on the day of the Student Fee Forum, but you all will be required to be in attendance for that moment. We know that's been really pressing this year. Student fees and student input is important in that, so please just be present and willing to contribute. Appropriations, oops, sorry, we are electing that person today. Government Operations Committee.
No report.
Rules Committee, sorry.
Happy Tiger Tuesday, everyone. I'm so happy to see you guys again. Yay, but I have no report. That's all I wanted to say.
Hey, President Dion.
Hi, everybody. So like I was saying in the chat, so because of the forum, that means that next week is going to be the last GA that we have before Tiger Pride Day. So if you have anything that you'd like to address to the general body prior to that regarding Tiger Pride Day, next week would be the pretty much last chance that you could do it in this type of setting. Other than that, like Advisor Bailey was saying, the student fee forum does include the SGA fee. Exec will meet and inform you of any decisions that we make. And correct me if I'm wrong, Vice President DeVoe, but changes that will be made, if they were to be made, would have to be voted on by the Senate, correct?
For the SGA fee?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if we do decide to make any changes, I'm not saying that we will, I'm not saying that we won't, but if we were to, they would have to be approved by the Senate regardless. So we would be meeting next week for that. There's the USM meeting next Sunday. So I'm just putting that on your radar if you have anything that you'd like to tell me that you'd like me to address. Not Vice President. Pro Temp Wheeler will be accompanying me for that. So you can also reach out to her if you have anything that you'd like for us to address there. And finally, this is my favorite news of the day. I will be able to provide an update for the committee reviewing the building names of Pika House and Carroll Hall this month. Very excited. Can't say too much, but I just want to put that on your radar because I know that it means a lot to a lot of you. So yeah, and that's it. With that, I yield.
Treasurer Yiegel.
No report.
Attorney General Robinson.
Hi everyone, happy Tiger Tuesday and happy spring semester. Woohoo! I'm getting out of here soon, so I'm happy about that. But I just wanted to say that, like I reiterated last semester, please communicate with me if you're having any trouble with either attending any meetings, or if you're having trouble with your schedule or anything like that. Please feel free to reach out to me. And if you did not receive the email I sent a couple weeks ago about the changes with Zoom and the cameras, please feel free to contact me as well so I can send that over to you. And with that, I yield.
Thank you so much, Chief of Staff Ambush.
Happy Tiger Tuesday, everyone. I'm very excited. This is my last spring semester before I'm a senior. Don't worry, I'm here for another year. I'm just going to give you some updates on what I did over winter break. So we had our first meeting about the centennial, which is going to be our 100th year anniversary. I am very, very excited for that. We're still in the super early planning phases, so like I can't reveal too many details yet, but we are hoping to have it in May, right before exams. So I'm very, very excited about that. So I've been meeting with the Return to TU group. During the summit, all student organizations should be able to see like what are the new changes for them for this upcoming semester and things like that. I also followed up. So last academic year, we passed a fossil-free TU bill asking Towson University to divest from fossil fuels. I followed up with the people involved with that, and they said they are going to get back to me later this week. So hopefully next GA, I will have a more concrete details on what is that looking like, and seeing if Towson finally divested from fossil fuels. Oh my gosh. Okay. So for things that are up and coming, tomorrow is the Unpacking the Legacy of MLK event. We are having Director White as one of the panels. This is a SGA event that's with other departments around campus. So I'm very, very excited for that. This does count as one of your 3 educational opportunities. Remember, before the end of the semester, everyone must do 3 educational or 3 community service events. So if you go tomorrow, this will be one of them. Plus Director White is there. It's going to be really exciting. It's going to be a panel. So if you can make it, I really highly encourage you all to go. We are in searching for SJ senators. So if you know anyone who wants to be an SJ senator, there are a lot of students out there looking for leadership positions or something to do. Please let them know they can still apply, preferably if they could apply soon. That would be amazing. And yeah, one last thing, or last 2 things, sorry. One, don't forget Tiger Pride Day is a mandatory day. It is an excused school absence, so the university will be writing an excused absence. So please let your professors know. If they give you any trouble, please let me and Corey Bailey know, and we can that out. Yes, Corey Bailey.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you brought up the last point. So it's really, you can let me know, but also let co-advisor Matt Leno know, who doesn't normally attend these meetings. But if you have any issues, you could definitely start with me or Olivier, and then we'll elevate it if necessary to Assistant Vice President Leno, so that he can begin talking with the professors or instructors. So thank you, Olivier, for bringing it up, because that's a really important point.
Yes, and I know Director Triskaska will be discussing a bit more on that during her report. And lastly, for directors and representatives and assistant directors, tomorrow morning, you all should get your assignments of whether you're Group A or Group B. I explained this in the chat. So on Thursday at 6, I'll just open a room. It's literally going to be first come, first serve, gets to meet with me for like 5 minutes or less, and then you're free to go. So yeah, with that, I yield.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Department of Academic Affairs.
Hey guys, happy Tiger Tuesday. Just want to say I miss y'all. I miss having GAs, but I just had like a few things to say about my report. One thing is that soon I'll be meeting with the curriculum committee. Thank you to Director White for recommending me for this committee. So if you guys have any questions about that or anything that you want me to say to the committee, just tell me. And also this past week, I had not only my academic standards committee meeting, but I had a separate meeting with certain professors that are in the meeting or chairs that are in the meeting that had some recommendations for SGA dealing with academic affairs and first-gen students. So if you or anyone that you know is interested in helping us with reaching out to first-gen students, you can like reach me. And another thing is that in the coming few days, I will be meeting with the Dean of Liberal Arts. So if you have any students' concerns or any like recommendations that you would like me to voice to the Dean, then you can like email me or text me or anything. But I give my time.
Thank you so much, Department of Campus Activities.
No report.
Thank you, Department of Civic Engagement.
Hi everyone, I hope you're all having a wonderful Tuesday. I will say like my Wi-Fi is definitely going in and out, so let me know if you cannot hear me. Can everyone hear me? Yeah, okay. So for this upcoming semester, I have a couple plans. One is an event called Civic Engagement Beyond the Polls that I'm working with Director White on. It'll just be we're inviting organizations in the greater Maryland community, we call it, but like Towson and Baltimore and like one from Howard County and a couple others. And we're just going to talk to them about what activism or civic engagement looks like beyond voting. I'm also hoping to have like a history of Towson of civic engagement. So talking about the sit-ins that happened in the past and all the activism on campus that happened, that we can uplift the voices of the activists that were here before us. And then I'm also on the climate committee. So again, let me know if you have any questions on that. And I also hope to work with Freshman Council on a couple climate things with events and bills. And I think that's all I have for now, but always reach out to me if you have anything. And with that, I yield.
Thank you so much.
Is it my connection or is it her?
I think we lost Jordan.
Okay, I was like, all right. Where did we stop at? I guess I'll take over.
Communications.
Communications, okay. Department of Community Outreach.
Oh gosh, so sorry, y'all.
Okay,
My
yeah,
Wi-Fi
no.
went out. That was terrible.
The next one is Department of Communications, sorry.
No, I messed up. Anyway, Department of Communications. Did I miss something? Department of Communications. Department of Community Outreach.
Happy Tiger Tuesday, everybody. Currently, I'm working with the Vice President DeVoe and Director Kapoor for our Pot of Gold initiative that's happening in March. So I'm very excited about that. Can't wait to get more information about that when we get closer to that date. Also, me, Director Kapoor and I've been playing phone tag, but I'm also trying to work on another event. Hopefully, like a Zoom event that I can hopefully do like around towards the end of the month. But I don't want to get too much information on it because I got to see if it's possible first. But with that, I yield. Hopefully, I'm glad to see everyone healthy and happy. Glad to see you all back for this semester.
Department of Diversity and Inclusion.
Happy Black History Month, everyone. I have been waiting a really long time to say that during this meeting, but I hope all of you all are doing well on this second week of classes and first week of Black History Month. SGA has some amazing events planned. So the way that I planned it is they will all be during one specific week, and I planned them out throughout those days of the week so that you can attend at least one if you would like. And so I do recognize that we will be having very limited general assemblies during this month. So please keep an eye out for all flyers on the social media. So if you are not somebody that normally engages with our social media, make February the month you begin. It is an amazing tool for us to just stay updated with our events, and Mackenzie does an amazing job with that. But also with that, the Center for Student Diversity is doing some amazing things, led by Dr. Perryman. So on the 10th, they have From Selma to Stonewall. Tomorrow, they have a panel that will be unpacking the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. I will be on that panel along with some amazing professionals and community leaders. And in addition to that, there's something called the Sankofa series that will be happening through the CSD all throughout the semester. So it is certainly not something that if you miss February, you can't go to in March and April, because as we know, Black people exist outside of these 28 days in a month. So we will continue to have programming for students of color outside of these specific months that people chose to highlight us. Also, I'm trying to think, I think that's about it. If there's anything else, I will link it in the chat, but I will also be putting the link to register for the event tomorrow in the chat. So if you have not been able to register for the event yet, please utilize the link that I sent in the chat to register so that I can see you all's beautiful faces 3 times a week instead of only 2. And with that, I yield.
Thank you so much. Please excuse my technical difficulties. I'm trying to manage them, but if in any event I get knocked out again, Pro Temp Wheeler, please take over sharing. Thank you. Hopefully it doesn't happen again. All right, Department of Health and Wellness. Oh, never mind.
They're being confirmed today.
Right, right. Department of Higher Education.
Hi, everyone. So really quick updates. So the exit program got extended to another high school, the Cesar Chavez High School in DC. So that's super fun, which also means I will need more mentors. I'll drop the Google form link in the group me. You could just fill it out. I'll add you to the exit mentor group me. I'll be transparent. We're having a little bit of participation problems with our high schoolers, but that's just something on my part. Yeah, also super big event that's in the planning process. It's a arts integration virtual marathon event. I'm hoping it'll be like a huge turnout. It's just focusing on the importance of the arts right now in the K through 12 setting. And, hopefully, okay, directors, I'm going to reach out to a bunch of you guys to help me with this because I have huge plans and I'm very ambitious, and so are you guys, and I know you guys can help me. So I see all the support in the chat. I'll check it when I'm done talking. I can't multitask, but thank you guys so much for the support. And with that, I yield.
So proud of you. So proud of you. You're doing great. You're doing great. All right, Department of Legislative Affairs.
Hi, everyone. So as you all probably know, we have Tiger Pride Day coming up the 23rd. Super exciting. I sent out the link to register. I expect all of you guys to be registered by the 5th. Please be registered by the 5th. I'll love you forever. But the other part is on that form is where you're going to fill out everything for your excused absence. So you're going to put your professor, you're going to put your class. Again, just kind of as Chief of Staff Olivier mentioned, if you're having any issues at all, if your professors are saying, oh, I don't believe that, or oh, I need proof before or by a certain date, please reach out. I promise we'll put them in contact with everyone that we have to put them in contact with. This is a very educational event. It will be for the majority of the day. And I don't want you guys to have to worry about a professor that maybe needs it a little bit earlier than other professors might. But yeah, and I'm updating the training slides as we speak. I'm updating the Google Doc as we speak. So there should be all the information that you need on those. And yeah, we're just gonna keep trucking along with that event. But if anybody has any questions, comments, concerns about it, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. And I hope you guys are all having a wonderful week. And with that, I yield.
Thank you so much. Department of Special Projects.
Okay, hi everyone. I hope you're staying warm. So a few things, I'm gonna go over the more fun stuff. So TU Takeover was this past Saturday, yay. It was in real life, so I was there with Liz from Student Activities. It went well. It was a lot different than our other events, but it was pretty good. Like for a COVID safe event, like it did exactly what it was supposed to do. Like new students came and they were talking to each other, which was kind of nice to see. You don't really be seeing that, so it was nice. Then I did my Sex Ed Sunday, which a bunch of you might have seen on social media. That also went really well. I did get questions from people who I didn't beg to give me questions, so yay. Hopefully I'll keep that happening every Sunday. Maybe do a little like couples one on Valentine's Day to make it a little cute, but also for people that aren't in couples, because no discrimination. Single people matter. Me. And then so now for the harsh stuff, not really harsh, but I think for events, we're gonna ask you guys to start submitting event proposals earlier. I think, not saying everyone got too comfortable, but there's just no deadline for proposals now, and there needs to be more of a time set in stone. So now the event proposals, you need to submit them at least 4 to 3.5 weeks ahead of the event. It does not matter that they're online. These are still events. We still want people to come. So you need to do that at least 4 to 3.5 weeks ahead. And for marketing, we are changing that to 1.5 weeks ahead, because Department of Special Projects, Department of Marketing, Department of Communications, we all have our different things. Yes, our jobs are planning your events, but we need to help you to do that. And we can't do that if you're submitting things 2 weeks in advance or 1 week in advance, and we barely have enough time to get it approved, let alone your materials. So I have a whole checklist, and I'm gonna put it in the group me, and I'm gonna make sure it's on band, and this will be required for you to have up while you are meeting with me, because I'm gonna take you step by step. It has all the due dates, all the deadlines really in bold, so just look out for that, because those are due dates not only for special projects, but also for marketing, and also if you want your post posted on social media, all the deadlines are on there. So yeah, that's it. With that, I yield.
Did you all get all that? Please just adhere to the deadlines. Thank you so much. Now we're going to move to Department of Marketing.
Hi, everybody. So I stand everything that Jessica or Director Kapoor just said, just because it gets really hard when stuff is submitted really close to the deadlines. It just gets hard to make sure that everything is meeting your expectations, because I'm working for you, but at the same time, I do have a life as well. Outside of that, I am getting the apparel. So the vendor has designed everything. I'm just waiting on Amaya and Avery. If you are in here, please, please, please submit the Google Forms, because you're the last 2 people I need your information for before I can send it over. Okay, thank you, Asia. And so just Avery then. And then Freshman Council, I am also working on your stuff as well for your apparel. You guys, so I was mistaken. So for any Freshman Council members who submitted it for this this order that I'm working on, you guys are gonna have your own separate one, which I will send you guys soon. So I just took you guys off. So if you're not going to get it, don't be surprised. That's why. And just look out for my email and like by the end of the week. And with that, I yield.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Department of Student Organizations.
Hi, everybody. Happy Tiger Tuesday. Like that was stated already, this Saturday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., there's going to be a leadership summit. And me and Chris have been talking about how this is going to be done. We strongly encourage, because there's new information that's kind of important for student orgs to understand and conceptualize, that senators are in attendance so that they can learn the new COVID guidelines and community service requirements, and just how everything's going to go for this semester. I think, yeah, that is all I had to say. And with that, I yield. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much, Department of New Student Development.
Good afternoon, everyone. I hope everyone's having a good day. I do want to touch on how we are still admitting freshman members into Freshman Council. So if you know any exciting members, me and Director Moody would be happy to still accept them. We're still overseeing events that are coming up, so please be on the lookout for that. And we have a meeting with NSFP to talk more about freshmen transfers. And yeah. With that, I yield.
Thank you so much. Maryland Higher Education Council Representative, or MHEC.
Hi, give me 2 seconds. I have like so many notes and I'm gonna try to condense them for you guys. So we had our last meeting this Saturday. I'm sorry. Okay. So the Maryland Department of Health came and visited, gave us a quick presentation. I can like forward the presentation to you guys via email. They just provided like some resources and everything for students, self-care strategies, like state level resources for mental health, local resources for you guys. We talked about the tech grant for the 5-year plan for the Higher Ed Commission. And that's still in the drafting phase right now, so I can't give too many details. And then we spoke about the legislative session, nothing too serious. They did let us know that accessing any bills is open to the public. So if you're interested in that, you can look into it. And then the committee updates from them, the Governor's Office of Youth Council established that they're going to focus on mental health and student equity in the upcoming months. And the Financial Aid Advisory Council spoke about the Guaranteed Access Grant and code regulations. Also in the drafting phase, so I can't give too many details, but our next meeting is in a couple weeks. So hopefully I can give you guys more details on those tidbits of information that I gave. With that, I yield again.
Thank you so much. All right, we're gonna go back because we have a representative here today from the Northeastern campus. Toon, are you ready?
Yeah. Hi, I'm Becky Dawson. This is my first time being to one of these meetings. So we're kind of just doing things by ear at Toon. I mean, we currently have a few clubs. Yeah, and then I'm the chair, and then we'll have the vice chair sometimes. But we did, before knowing the schedule, we have clubs on Tuesdays too, so I'll actually have to leave at 6:30. Because I also run the Psychi there. But I guess I yield. So hi.
It's so nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining us today. But yes, just give me the heads up. I just missed you, but we are so glad you are here. All right, Athletic Affairs Representative.
How's it going, everybody? I just have a couple things. Yesterday, I met with the athletic director and the deputy athletic director, and we had a pretty good conversation, probably one of the better ones we've had. I talked to them about Tiger Pride Day, and we kind of talked about a lot of the legislation and kind of a lot of the bills that like have been flown around USM or whatever. And they gave me their opinion on all of them, the good, the bad. So tomorrow is a SAC meeting where I'm going to kind of bring it to their attention. And I know there's a couple that definitely they'd want to get behind. The one about mental health, because student athletes at Towson have an initiative called Own Your Roar, which is all about mental health. And then also the election day being a mandatory off day. And besides that, the basketball teams, women's team is killing it. Men's team has had a little trouble. A lot of it has to do with COVID. The record's not really a reflection of their talent, but they've had a lot of guys go down with COVID, and it's been kind of a tough go for those guys. So thinking about them, and hopefully they find some rhythm at the end of the season. And with that, I yield.
Thank you so much. All right, Freshman Council Representative.
Hello, everyone. Okay, so Freshman Council has grown with the addition of 2 new Tigers. Autumn and Zara were confirmed last Wednesday on January 27th, and this month FC is hosting 2 Valentine's Day events, one being a friend's speed dating and the other a V-Day themed Netflix party. We're watching 50 First Dates. Stay on the lookout on our Insta at TU Freshman Council for more info. And FC is also celebrating Black History Month by collaborating with a local organization called Black Girls Cook, as well as showing our love on the Instagram page. Lastly, FC has dedicated to open each meeting on the first Wednesday of the month to the public. Thank you, and with that, I yield.
Thank you so much. Office of the Solicitor General.
Happy Tiger Tuesday, everyone. I hope everyone is having a great first couple weeks of classes. So in terms of meetings that I have coming up, I have a meeting on the 12th with the Resource Planning and Advisory Committee. I know we're going to be going over the budget for the fiscal year 21. We might be talking about fees as well, and I'll let you guys know if we do. I have a meeting coming up on Friday with the Student Appeals Committee. We're going to be hearing some appeals for academic integrity and violations. In terms of events that I have coming up, I am planning a Black History comic book event to take place later on this month. And then I'm also working on just Know Your Rights. So if anyone would like to help or participate, please let me know. And with that, I yield.
All right, thank you so much. I have a few things. One of them is a senator needs to make a motion. Well, this is a recommendation to amend the agenda to include an unfinished business. 1 second. I'm trying to multitask. I'm not doing well. Resolution 29 to confirm the Assistant Director of Student Organizations, which we weren't able to get to during summer retreat. So someone will need to do that. You can either do it now or
This is
after I
Senator
finish.
Pika. I accept that recommendation.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much. Is there a
Quick
second?
question, my apologies. That was resolution number what you said?
29.
29.
Is there a second?
Senator Rink, I second.
Thank you, Senator Rink. Is there any discussion? All right, we'll move into a vote. All in favor to add resolution 29 to unfinished business? All opposed? Abstaining? Attorney General Robinson, what is the senator count today?
Give me one moment.
You are fine. And Director Kapoor?
12. I mean, sorry, 11. Sorry, 11.
There are 11 in favor.
Great. See, wonderful. All right. So the motion passes. Thank you so much. All right. And then also, I just wanted to emphasize, like Director Brown touched on, I'm so excited to work on this idea with him, which is the Pot of Gold initiative in March, which will be SGA pop-ups at all the different dining areas on campus with balloons and appreciation moments. And we will go live on our Instagram just so people can see just how much we love them. So that's exciting. And there'll be a sign up genius that goes out for that because obviously Director Brown and myself can't do all of them on our own. And we want to get it, done in a week. So if you all could sign up for that when that goes out, that would be awesome. And point of clarification, Senator Goodman.
Yeah, just had a couple questions regarding, well, one to the athletic affairs representative. Are all the games, is there any attendance allowed at any of the current games, or are they all like no fans?
I'm actually super glad you asked that because I forgot to talk about it. I did have someone reach out to me and ask about it, and I emailed about it. I asked them about it. It's up to the county. So they're hoping by the end of this month, they're going to be able to start letting people into games. Once the county clears it, they're going to get a system in place and they're going to start letting people into games. The only issue is with the nature of the virus and all these winter sports being inside, it's a lot more strict than it would be with other sports that would be outside. So they're doing their best, but they're thinking by March, you can start going to some of the volleyball games and the last of the basketball games.
But currently there isn't any fans.
Currently, it's not allowed by the county.
All right.
Yeah.
And also to the freshman council representative, are your events going to be in person or are you doing it? Are they all virtual?
The two I just said, like the two I just mentioned, they're virtual, but we're working to be on campus, but we just have to figure it out.
All right, thanks so much. And I know Pro Temp Wheeler can talk a little bit more about this later, but the Senate will be taking over the SGA Instagram and social media soon for We Love the Senate Week to talk about just the role of the senator and to hopefully get some applications for Senate this spring. So that's exciting. So we'll have some different testimonials from different senators and you can see their faces. So that's exciting. All right, and then the last thing are 2 responses to resolutions that I wanted to make you all aware of. So one is resolution 19, which had to do with the textbook limit proposal, which Director DMA and myself have met with the provost about, and the provost requested research from the U-Store to get a average cost from the students to see how much students are paying across the board so that we can then designate a target percentage to reduce it by. So that's exciting. So we'll be moving forward on that soon. And then resolution 21, which is the test optional TU bill, which is really exciting as well. And I just wanted to bring it to you all's attention. I met with Director Trustafka today about this. I'm not sure if there's time to fit it in on this lobbying opportunity, but I'll mention it a little bit more, the options that we have for the Senate at pre-meeting on Thursday. But there's a House bill in the Maryland General Assembly 0702, which has to do with prohibiting standardized testing across the board in the state of Maryland. So there are a couple amendments the provost has that would make specific testing okay for specific graduate programs like law school, medical school, things like that, as well as an English proficiency test that international students have to take just to ensure that they succeed once they arrive. But yeah, so that bill is on the agenda for the Maryland General Assembly. So I thought it might be important for us to consider as an organization because it's parallel to resolution 21. All right, anyway, so that's all that I have. With that, I yield. Are there any opinions of the court?
Good evening, everyone. There are no opinions of the court. With that, I yield.
Thank you so much. We'll now move into unfinished business.
My bad, y'all forgot I was muted, but are there any motions on the floor? Senator Rink.
I move to review resolution number 29.
Is there a second?
Senator Teddy, I second.
Is there any discussion? If not, we'll now move into a vote to review resolution number 29. All those in favor? All opposed? Abstaining? And Director Kapoor, can you please say the vote aloud for us?
10 in favor.
Thank you. With that, the motion passes. We're now reviewing resolution number 29. Okay, and Brianna, would you like to speak as to why you would like to be the new Assistant Director of Student Organizations?
Hello, everybody. I would like to be the new Assistant Director of Student Organizations to really help Maya Hogarth out because she's a friend of mine. And I've always been involved in SGA since middle school. I really like helping the school I go to out. So that's a big part of why I want to do that. And Towson has served me for so many years. I would like to, well, not for so many years, but for 3 years. I'm a junior. And I would like to, be a part of that, serving students.
Okay, thank you so much. Are there any questions?
I also wanted to make a statement on behalf of my lovely choice, if that's okay.
Yes.
Okay. So like Brianna said, she's a junior here at Towson University, and I would officially like to endorse her as my assistant director. Personally, I've seen her as someone who embodies hard work, enthusiasm, and a helpful spirit. She does have prior experience in administrative work. She has worked for previous SGAs, and I do believe she's prepared to step into her role and get things done personally. She's a criminal justice major here at Towson, and she is a testament, I believe, for a passion for equity and exemplifies her helpful nature by being a part of that program here. She has she is unquestionably going to be a beneficial value to this body, and I just believe that her capabilities, not only as a student but as a personal friend of mine, have conditioned her to be as efficient and effective as possible in everything that she's been able to do. On top of all of her accomplishments personally, I just know that she has the character and generosity of somebody who would be a great asset, again, to this body. So I really hope you guys do consider that. And thank you for considering her as a choice for my assistant director.
All right, thank you for that. Are there any more questions or comments or things like that? Would anybody else like to speak on Brianna's behalf? If not, then Brianna, can you please leave the meeting? We're going to move into a vote.
Sorry, we're changing it up, so we're gonna move her to a waiting room to make it easier.
Oop, y'all getting fancy on me.
All right. Boop. Okay, she's in the waiting room.
Okay, is there any further discussion? If not, we will now move into a vote to make Brianna Drewsdale, I hope I'm saying it right. I mean, as the new Assistant Director of Student Organizations. All those in favor?
It's Truesdale, by the way.
Thank you. I'm so sorry for that.
You're
All
good.
opposed? Abstaining? And Director Report, can you please read the vote aloud for us?
9 in favor, but we're missing 2, so.
Okay, with the first vote, when it was 11, I voted because I wasn't chairing at the time, so that's why it was 11, so yeah. But we're just missing 1. But with that, the motion passes. Okay. Then, yes, she can come back now.
I'm back.
Okay, so congratulations. You are officially the Assistant Director of Student Organizations. Yay!
Thanks, everybody.
Okay, so we'll now move into new business. Okay, are there any motions on the floor?
Senator Goodman, I move that we review resolution number 30 concerning Towson University, including Middle Eastern and North African MENA into the ethnicity on all required forms and documents.
Okay, is there a second?
Senator Teddy, I second.
Is there any discussion? If not, then we will now move into a vote to review resolution number 30. All those in favor? All opposed? Abstaining?
9 in favor and 1 opposed.
Okay, and with that, the motion passes. So we're now going to review resolution number 30. Okay, let me just get this into that right here. Okay, so hello everyone. This is the resolution that I wrote. Vice President, you had a comment?
Wait, so sorry. Don't know what happened here. I was just gonna say the number wasn't the number's supposed to be there. So it's a friendly amendment to include 30.
Okay. Fine, so this is the resolution. All good, just want to make sure. Okay, so yeah, right. This is the resolution that I wrote concerning Middle Eastern and North African students. So basically, Towson University, they do not have a category for the rest of it. I'm just going to say MENA to make it easier. They don't have a category for MENA students. They only have they only have white or other, and that is usually what most MENA students pick, even though they do not necessarily identify with those groups. I mean, I guess technically you could say they're white, but there is more to their culture and then in their identity than that. So I feel like to make them feel more represented, Towson should add in that ethnic category. And you would scroll down just a little bit to the chart. You would see that the data that is collected is actually false. And this is just one example that I could pull up and show that like how Towson is misrepresenting their students, because again, they are not represented. So you can't, so they're misrepresented. So it's like the data here is skewed, it is not accurate, and if they're not accounted for, how can Towson properly accommodate these students? So it's like they won't need the same accommodations as white students, or like what is other students? Like, how can you meet this specific group's needs? Just go on just a little bit up, a little bit more. Get right this guy. And so yes, other schools have also made this stride to make MENA students feel represented, feel like they belong on campus, and just to show like, hey, I am here as well. Just awesome. Here to show they are represented, to show they're here. And yes, and Safa, if you would like to speak, anything else I not touched on, then yes.
Hello, everyone. My name is Safa, and I'm the president of the Society of Arab Students here at Towson. I'm a junior, and I'm a nursing major. So actually, like when Denise actually came to us in December, and she wanted to see what she wanted to see what she could do for the Arab community on campus. And one of the main things that we wanted her to see if she could work on would be just more representation of the Arab community on Towson's campus, because Towson is a very diverse and inclusive environment, and we should be able to have full representation of all populations on campus. So as someone who I'm North African, I'm half Egyptian, half Moroccan. Whenever I personally fill out a form, like for anything, technically Middle Eastern, North African, Arab Americans, they fall under white, which is not correct because we are not white or Caucasian. We fall under the North African, Middle Eastern, MENA group. So whenever you fill out a form, it's just it's a misrepresentation of us, because we're kind of always forced to pick Caucasian or white on forms, which is not who we are. That's not who we identify ourselves with. And it also makes us like lose out on like opportunities that may come our way, just because on our forms they may just see white or Caucasian, but they might not see that we are Middle Eastern, Arab, or North African. So that's what I have to say. I don't know if our VP wants to say anything or him, but thank you.
Thank you for that. Rim, did you want to speak as well?
Yes. Hi, everyone. I'm Reham. I'm the VP of SAS. And I just wanted to thank you guys for the opportunity to allow the Arabs on campus to feel more included and to give them their own space.
Also, just another thing that I want to touch on that Safa had mentioned, Usually with MENA students, they miss out on certain opportunities, maybe scholarships or things like that, just because they have to put in that white category. And I remember she had mentioned before, there was a health center that was specifically targeted towards MENA students, but because like there isn't that, that category they can chalk up to say that they are MENA, it more so became a health center just for white students. So please correct me if I'm wrong. I might have gotten information on just a little bit, but so I hope you guys vote on this. Director White, you have a comment?
Yeah, so I had the privilege of being a part of some of the conversations about this specific bill with administration. And I just wanted to echo everything that everybody's been saying in terms of the importance and the urgency of this bill. I also want to mention that it's also really necessary that we include the identity of students when considering classes and also considering the education that we give students at Towson University, just so that we can truly go forth and be global leaders and not just leaders that understand certain Western approaches or certain approaches that are certainly exclusive to where we live, but like global. And so I think that this bill is amazing, and it would be also amazing if we could really see this bill personified in our academic affairs, so that we aren't just accepting students, but we are including them in our values in terms of education and academia.
Thank you, Director White. And Vice President DeVille, you have a comment?
I was just gonna say, one, I'm applauding the Senate as well as Pro Temp Wheeler, because you all really went out of your comfort zone to find students on campus that you didn't personally identify with to advocate for. So I think this is a great manifestation of that effort. But I wanted to say also, during the conversation with the Society of Arab Students, a major part of this is the fact that they don't experience the same privileges that accompany whiteness. So it makes it very difficult that they have to choose that box. So that was really where I felt that resonate with me when she was sharing that, because it was just very disappointing to think that you have to be documented as a white person but not experience the privileges that come with that. So I would just ponder that as well. But thank you, Safa, and I'm so sorry if I'm saying your name incorrectly, but Rayham, I think. But thank you so much for being here.
You said it good. It's good.
Okay, good. All right. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Senator Goodman, you have a comment?
Well, I also just wanted to say, like, I know I've heard a couple people in this group mention that, like, okay, this is definitely, it's, problematic for like, Arab students, but also it's problematic for like anyone of any, MENA ancestry, whether we're, Turkish American, Persian American, Mizrahi, Jewish American, or Armenian American, or wherever we're from, wherever, we have ancestry or any, roots to that. It is, it's problematic that in a day that you're forced to identify with something that you don't identify with, even though, like, personally me, however, I do, identify with the other thing 75%, but still, it's just, we have to be able to be more inclusive in this campus. And it saddens me that this hasn't been done before until now.
Okay, so Vice President DeVille has said a call to question, so we must not immediately go into a vote. All those in favor of resolution number 30? All opposed? Abstaining? And Director Kapoor, can you please read the vote aloud for us?
10 in favor.
And with that, the motion passes. Also, I would just want to add one quick comment real fast. I did speak with Dr. Cox, and she did say this is something that they are working on and hope to have have that category implemented soon. So so hopefully in the near future, I will be able to work with her on this issue. We can have the MENA category in very soon. So hopefully that works out. All right. Are there any motions on the floor?
Senator Goodman, I move that we review resolution number 31 concerning the appointment of Sana Sadiq as the director to their respective department within the executive cabinet and council of the 100th administration of the Student Government Association. Did I pronounce that right? I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's Sana.
All right.
Senator Ranko, second.
Is there any discussion? If not, we're now moving to a vote to review resolution number 31. All those in favor? All opposed? Abstaining? And Director Gopur, can you please read the vote aloud for us?
Senator Goodman, you stated SGA in the chat, so please just change your vote and then 10 in favor.
Oh, whoops. Sorry about that.
The motion passes. Okay, so we are now reviewing resolution number 31. And I'm sorry, you said it's Sana, correct?
Yeah, it's Sana.
Okay, Sana, would you like to speak as to why you would like to be the new Director of Health and Wellness for SGA?
Sure. Okay, so health and wellness and then also community outreach are just some topics that I am very, very passionate about. I've had the opportunity to work with students on campus for about 3 years now. I'm a current RA, so I've been able to connect with students and build relationships with them for the majority of my college career. So I'm very excited to do that. I'm currently an intern in the community health department at St. Joseph. So St. Joseph Hospital, which is in Towson, very close by. So I've been able to work with that community in seeing what they need from health educators and health specialists at this time. So I've already addressed some needs that are residential students and also transfer students, commuter students, all Towson students need. So I'm dedicated to work with different directors in SGA and also with our campus resources, such as the health center, in addressing those needs, and also use some of my programming skills that I've acquired with being an RA and then also working in the hospital settings to create some very fun, hopefully still very engaging programs. I know most of them will have to be virtual, but I'm excited to see what I can do in this position.
Okay, thank you so much for that. And Director Truskowski, you have a comment?
Yes, I would just like to speak on Sana's behalf. She was my RA last year. And as you all know, last year we got sent home because of COVID. And just the way that she handled that situation. I mean, I know some of the people on my floor were a handful. I'm sure I was a handful, but she always handled every single situation with grace and respect, and was consistently there. She was consistently reaching out to us, making sure that we were updated, making sure that we had all of the information that we needed. So there's not a doubt in my mind that she wouldn't be amazing for this director position and that she would give it her 100%. So yeah, that was all. I just wanted to speak on her behalf. She's amazing. That are you.
Okay, thank you for that. And Senator Rank, you have a comment?
Thank you for showing interest in this position, first of all. But I was wondering, you mentioned that you were hoping to have some programming. I was wondering if you had like any ideas so far. If not, I mean, that's totally fine. But I was just wondering.
No, yeah, I've definitely had some ideas. I'm still obviously like working out the logistics of what can be done
in a timely manner, and obviously quality over quantity of the programs. Especially right now, I would love to work with the health center to kind of get some sort of information session about the vaccine out, because I know there's a lot of misinformation on the vaccine, and because there are spots that have opened for student workers in, I know the housing residence life position are now eligible to register for the vaccine. I just want to make sure that the Towson population is educated on those, on the scientific facts of it. So that would be a program that would be coordinated with the folks over at the health center. That's one of my, I would say one of the big projects that I really want to get out this semester.
Okay, thank you. And Director Weiss, you have a comment?
Yes, I would also like to speak on Sana's behalf. Sana was one of the first people I met at Towson my freshman year. And when I tell you, she is one of the most hardworking people I think I've ever met. I work with her both on a personal and a professional level. And when Sana says she's going to do something, she does it. And she does it to the best of her ability. And that is something that I really think we need in the SGA. And I think she would honestly make she's more than qualified for this position. So I think she would really be an added benefit to this administration. And yeah, with that, I yield.
Okay, thank you for that. And so Assistant Director Ferguson is going to be the last one, and then we'll move into a vote. And
I'm sorry, I put my comment in the chat, so you can just read it.
I was about. Yeah, she said that Sana is more than prepared for this position. She's a hardworking student leader that knows how to make everyone feel welcome and cared for. That is so sweet. All right, then Chief of Staff Ambush, can you place Sana in the waiting room while we move into a vote?
She's in there.
Okay, thank you. All right, we'll now vote on resolution number 31. All those in favor? All opposed? Abstaining? And Director Gabor, can you please read the vote aloud for us?
9 in favor.
Is it 9?
Yeah, so is anyone point of personal privilege besides?
Yeah, the only person who was point of personal privilege was Director Trzaskowska.
Okay, we just got it, so 10 in favor.
Okay, so with that, the motion passes. And Chief of Staff Ambush, can you please bring her back? Okay, so Sana, congratulations. You're the new Director of Health and Wellness for SGA. Yay, congrats.
Thank you, everybody.
All right, now if Chief of Staff Ambush could end the live stream, because we're gonna move into our internal Senate election for the Appropriations Chair.
Also, anyone who's not a senator is dismissed, correct?
Sorry, let me